Greetings everyone and welcome back to my channel. This week I wanted to create a video about how to make your apartment more cozy. I know this is almost the end of the winter, but to be honest, I think making your home comfortable and peaceful can be achieved when the sun shows its face too. It's a different type of pleasure, but one I enjoyed. As always, like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone you think would like it. My first tip to create your cozy home regards the furniture that you pick. So you can decide on furniture that stands out so that you can strategically draw the eye to it. I made this shelving system because I knew I could make it stand out in my small apartment. It's the biggest piece of furniture in my home, and this was very much intentional. My thought process was pretty straightforward. I knew that my walls were white, so I thought it important to bring in a piece of furniture that I would be able to decorate to my liking. Another way to bring some coziness to your space is to create a space around furniture that you love. Here I used an old marble table and a mirror I love to create a vanity. I specifically picked these colors because I think they bring a certain richness to the space. This space is definitely memorable because of the use of golden accents, marble, black and white. Finally, if you think of your intention to bring some relaxed and cozy energy to your space, it will definitely help you pick out furniture. For example, in my living room, I have two very comfortable sitting areas that I love to utilize. I think that part of what makes a space feel cozy to someone is the right balance of light and heavy materials. I personally like using linen because of how light it is, how elegant it looks, how soft it feels, and finally, because of how beautifully light reflects on it. There is a heavier material that I like to play with and love having in my space. That is wool. I think that wool is perfect, especially when associated with materials like linen. I really like the contrast of both, and that's why I use linen and wool in my bedroom. To me, wool looks soft yet sturdy and rich. Plus, it instantly brings to mind coziness because we want nothing but to wrap ourselves in it. I really like having a wool blanket in my bedroom because it's a way to subliminally tell my brain that it is an area I ought to relax in. Look at how rich the linen and the wool look together. Another trick I like to use because it instantly brings comfort and coziness to my mind is warm colors. Earlier, I showed you my shelving system, and here I wanted to mention my coffee table. I stained it a darker shade of brown because I loved the contrast it created in my living room. A lot of the colors are whites and beiges, so I thought that this was a great way to make it even more inviting. I slightly broached the topic earlier, but I wanted to emphasize the importance of certain colors in order to create coziness. I think golden accents instantly make a space look and feel more interesting. By using a simple golden box, I brought a certain elevation to my shelf decor. The association, this glass and golden with the wood, makes it my favorite shelf. Honestly, I could give you this one tip and your home would fully be transformed. You ready? Here we go. The lighting in your space is important. Actually, it's paramount. The easiest and cheapest way to play with lighting is to embrace natural light. The light will change depending on the time of the day, going from a cool to a warmer color. This simple fact could help you and inspire you to create spaces that will look especially good in certain lights. Or maybe it will simply help you appreciate your home a little more. I know that I used to think that I did not have enough lighting in my home. Once I taught myself where to look, I was actually floored at how much cooler and softer my space looked. That is actually when I started to play. First, by using linen, because the sheerness of the material easily lets the light in and creates beautiful shadows. I also developed the habit of taking breaks by the window. As much as a cozy home can be about things, it mostly is about how you feel at home, at least for me. Being able to appreciate the sun while sitting on my couch made my home even more enjoyable to me. It created peaceful moments of reflection or simply presence. Finally, lighting will change the colors in your space. I am still not over how choosing black and brown materials for my living room ended up creating the perfect storm for when the sun hits. I think it's one of my favorite moments of the day. It's like all of a sudden, this space is suddenly filled with magic and mystery. In the winter month, tableware is definitely easily associated with coziness. It makes sense because we think of beautiful mugs in which we drink very hot tea or chocolate to keep us warm. I think this is another area in which intention is key regardless of the season. What is important, in my opinion, is to pick and keep tableware that fits in your space. Let's take my matcha set for instance. They are great to use throughout the year. They bring me comfort because of what they represent. That is access to my favorite drink. And they are also part of my morning routine and one of my daily rituals. I would be remiss not to mention glass tableware because of how well it reflects in the sun. The following tip is very near and dear to my heart because this is the main intention behind the creation of my YouTube channel. I'm talking about intentional decor. When I think of intentional decor, I just think of a good way for me to remember that sometimes feeling good is not about deciding to make over your entire space, but simply tune in for the small gestures that will have a big impact. I decided to buy flowers because I wanted my dining room space to be a bit brighter. I was not prepared by how much I would be taken by lilies or how happy this simple gesture will make me. Looking at them first thing in the morning is wonderful. Even now, as I am recording this video, I can genuinely smell their delicate aroma, and it's quite delightful. I would love to know if you have practices that you use to make your home feel cozy. I will follow by saying that anything that is homemade always brings familiarity to a space. I think it's simply because you will have memories of when you made something, how, and why. In my case, I really wanted a jewelry box, so I made one myself. A special shout out for books that I think we can all agree on are inherently cozy. Reading is definitely one of the coolest, coziest activity that I could ever think of. I also feel like when I associate reading with the whole activity is even better. An intention behind what I decide to read. One of the things that I love to hear from loved ones is, "I feel so good in your home." Upon reflection, I think that a lot of the reason why is harmony. My version of an harmonious space is a space in which the colors work with each other and also where peace is accessible everywhere. I get peace from some of my tools like my Tibetan bowl that I love producing sounds with. I also enjoy peaceful rituals like burning incense. All the memories I have of this ritual of simply burning incense and being with new smells definitely contributes to my mind thinking of my home like the coziest space on earth. Obviously for me. The harmony I created in my space is definitely obtained through the tips that I have shared in this video. I would actually love to know which tip you've liked or have been wanting to try so far. Finally, I think that having art that reflects my intention and also my interests helps me and my place feel enjoyable and forever unique. My last tip is something that I have hinted at several times throughout this video, but I think I ought to say it plainly too. To me, the key to a cozy home is a feeling. My process is fairly simple. I ask myself every day, what will make me happy or more content? And depending on the answer, I am willing to adapt my space. Because this is something that I have been practicing for a while now, I know that some of the answers tend to be similar. For instance, the sun, olfactive experiences, music, and a clear and clean space will always help my home feel extra cozy and like my true place of power in a way. So I've decided that I will always be willing to keep space for this question and for the answers that will come, no matter what they are. I truly hope that after watching this video, you decide to ask yourself, what is coziness to you? And if you have the answer, let me know in the comments down below. Well, this is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I personally loved filming it. I'm so excited that we are coming into the warmer month of the year. I feel really creative and I can't wait to create more videos featuring the sun, my favorite. But anyways, if you like this video, by now you know the drill. Like it, subscribe to my channel for more content on home decor, and you can also share it with anyone you think would like it. I would love to know what you thought of this video. I know there is a lot of shots of the sun and of shades and stuff like that, so I hope you like it. As I said, I truly am inspired by it, but again, would love to hear your perspective in the comments down below. Right, this is the end of my rambling. I wish you all an amazing rest of the day, and I will see you next week. Bye!